Copy. Okay. Hi, everybody coming in. Is it paste? Hey, Signa, how you doing, baby? I gotta get this link real quick, y'all. Hold on. Hey, Annie. HTTPS. Y'all excuse me for looking so hard down at my screen, y'all. Hold on. Hey, Susie Q. Y'all, I need to put my reading glasses on. Lord knows I can't see nothing. I need my reading glasses. Okay. Okay. Next one. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Oof, and I put the link right there. Let me see if I can pin it. I might have to go into my there's no way for me to pin it, I guess. Unless I go on my Alright, so we're gonna talk a little bit about Summer Wells. Okay. When I talked to John Q earlier, we're going to talk a little bit about where we are now. In the case, different possibilities where we are, and then we're going to let y'all feel free to, ask questions, state whatever you got to, if you have any comments or questions, we're going to let y'all pretty much run with it and take over. I have a video that's going public. Hey, Ladybug. Tonight, I'm having a video that's going public. It was supposed to go public earlier, but I didn't have my laptop with me earlier while I was out, so I couldn't change it to public. Video today going public, and I got more videos dropping. Hello, Queen Love from SC. Hey, Flower Child. Hey, Jeanette Yarcelli. Hey, long time no see. How you doing? I remember you from Classic and Sincere. I remember you. I do. I remember you. Let me email John. Where he at? I know I'm late. I was a little late, y'all. When I got off work, I went and did some shopping. Yes, I'm guilty. I did some shopping when I got off work, and I had to go get me something to eat. So I was pushing it. Hey, Hawkeye, I was really pushing it. Hello. Yeah, I was pushing it to get here at 7. So, but I made it 7 something. I was here at 7 something, but Yeah, I had some shopping and stuff to do. Y'all know kids about to go back to school. Hey, Tall Diva. The Tall Diva. Yeah, so I be having stuff. I'm a busy mom, too. But I still, because this is very important as well. Okay, let me email him while y'all coming in. Inbox. Did I see the latest? Hey, Kevin B. Okay, I just sent him a message. Country Girl, hey Queen, I love you. Always keeping things 100. Thank you, Country Girl 66. Welcome. Hey Green B52. I am subscribed to their I got a notification because I'm subscribed to their online website. Okay, so yeah, I got notification, but I ain't even bothered to look at it yet. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I have not looked at it at their prayer vigil. Matter of fact, let me see. I might share the screen. I wonder if they post it on the website. Yes, Jenny, I really am. Always doing something. If I ain't traveling somewhere, I'm shopping and doing something extra that I really, and working. But when you got kids and school starting, that's like one of the very busiest times. I mean, oh my God, it's so busy. Okay, so let me share screen. Are we waiting on? I hope he got the I hope he got the strong women raising strong kids. Yeah, it's hard to watch, Queen. What you watched you talking about the vigil? Lord, yeah. What he done did now? What he done did now? My phone went off, but I don't know what it went off for. Was it an email? Did he email me back? Hey, Nate, you from I remember you from Classic and Sincere Case too. Welcome, baby. Welcome. I remember a lot of y'all because y'all hung with your girl with Classic and Sincere. Y'all really did. Y'all really did. Okay, so let me pull it up, see if it's on here. Yeah, I got an email. Let me know that they added that new video on their website. I don't know what John Killer, y'all. I talked to him earlier today. Maybe I should share it and tag them. Okay. Blog. This is a prayer circle. I wonder if they got a video on here. They ain't put the prayer circle on here. They just put where it was today, 6 to 9. But I don't see a video. I'll play this while we waiting. But I don't okay, good. It goes bigger. What I was about to say. You really couldn't hear anything.
Okay, Chris. Sorry, I kind of got home a little late here, so I'm gonna still try to shoot this video. Here we go. The old generator, and the road and everything. Back door.
Let me see if I can tag John.
Yeah. Creek down there. See the road in the distance.
Share. Copy link. Into that. John. Alright, so I just tagged him too. I just emailed him
dogs
again.
It's been through here. There's the road. Yeah. And earlier today, they said there was, when they come up here, somebody was on a property and run off. I can't confirm that, but that's what they were saying. I don't know though. Yeah. So that quick, right to the road. There's our mailbox. And this is where the search dogs trail ended. That's where the trail goes up through there. That's about it.
I wasn't even paying Don no attention. And I guess I just, feel like he just so full of mess that I really not even paying him no attention. Like, I'm really not. Now I said want to believe this, but that, bro, How can you park there and not be spotted? You would. You would. Oh, there you go. Here I come, friend. Okay. I'm sorry.
Hello, Miss Queen.
Hey, John. How are you?
I'm good. I see you already busy.
Well, I was killing a little time looking up the vigil. Somebody asked me if I seen the vigil, and I was going on the website because they posted something. I got an email because I'm subscribed to their website.
Right.
Oh, you said I'm here. Okay. Yeah, I'm subscribed to their website, and I guess they didn't post it, but they made like I guess they just put a picture up. But yeah, it comes to my email. But I thought it was gonna be a video on there. But y'all, this is John Q for y'all that know him. He is here. We're gonna chat about some wells tonight. So this is John Q. Y'all make sure y'all go check him out and subscribe to his channel and support. He's did a lot of big cases, a lot of big cases. So yeah, he has some very good information over there. Very good information.
Thank you. How's everybody doing tonight? We got Miss Nene in the house. We got Jeanette in the house. Rosemary in the house. Yeah. Irene is in the house. Okay. Yeah, I was sitting back here watching you go to work on the screen, and I noticed that once you screen share, you didn't see me actually sitting back here before you actually screen share. Yeah. I'm sitting up here watching you work, and I was like, okay, I'll just chill out and relax.
I'm sorry. Yeah, when you screen share, you can't see nothing.
Right.
Literally, you cannot see the chat, nothing. I have to, bring another device when I screen share because I can't see anything.
Right. So how was your day?
It was good. I would have been on time, but I had to do some shopping, and I didn't realize I had to do until.
Okay, because I know that we said 8 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock your time, and then I was looking at a quarter to 8 o'clock, 8:15, 8:30. I said, okay, well, she's probably tied up,
Yep. But that's okay, because when I plan something, I'm gonna do it. I may be a little late, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, that I do know about you when you do your work, whether they be lives or a video. So I'm good.
Cool. Great. Oh shit. Great. All right. So where do y'all want to go? Where do you want to start? Where do you feel like what do you have the most problems with in this case, John?
Right. The whole thing. So we can start anywhere there's a problem. The whole thing is a major problem.
Do you want to start from the beginning and go on down?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
We could do that. So I know that most people, when they associate information, especially on a live, they like to connect, I guess, a picture as to what you're saying or a video as to what you're saying. So what I can do is, I guess, follow your lead on the story that you're able to cover on your channel, and then chime in on various different parts of what you've been able to cover. And then this way we can walk together through the story. And then if you want, we can go through the crime scene. We can go through the latest video that Don did and walk through that and take it from there. So you guys are in for a very big treat. Thank you for joining us.
Okay. Ooh, so let's go back. I covered so far, because I kind of been on it from the beginning, so I covered a lot. the interviews, the inconsistencies with Candace and Don from for one, before Candace even came out, John, I knew something was wrong because she didn't come out for like 2 to 3 weeks. Did you find that odd?
Yes. I mean, immediately.
Only Don.
Mm-hmm.
Those couple of weeks.
Yeah, immediately when you find a story like this opening up the way it does, it's sort of like it reminded me of Jacqueline and Trezell West. It reminded me of Amari Nicholson's mother, Taylor Nicholson, and that guy Terrell Rhodes.
Right.
You know, on how they tried to tell the story to the news media. And it just seemed like the words wasn't there. Body language started working more than the words that were coming out their mouth. And then when you take a look at the Summer Wells case, where you have Don and Candace sitting there to try to get the story out to the news, you begin to see the same essence as you saw with Jacqueline and Trezell, Taylor, and Terrell. I mean, that's just me. That's what I picked up on.
Yeah, I picked up on that too in the beginning. I thought that was that was the first thing that stuck out that I noticed immediately. I kept asking, where is mom? Where's Candace? Where's mom? Where's mom? Where's mom?
Mm-hmm.
And 2 to 3 weeks later, here she goes. And when she starts talking and relaying things, and the time went from 2 minutes to now 10 minutes, it just, yeah.
It grabs your attention, that's for sure.
Definitely. It grabbed my attention. It really did. And I knew something was wrong. When I saw Don do the news clip with his son and the son's body language, I knew then who ran that household. Who runs it? Who controls everything? I knew then. And it's Don. Don runs that. And he has everybody on their toes and scared and nervous from what I observed with their body language and Candace. And just going off of the past things she reported to the police last year. I believe she still feels that way. I just feel like she don't have no way out with him. You know, he's the breadwinner. He brings the food home. He's the provider. So she's stuck in there with him. Hey, everybody coming in. Yeah, she's stuck in there with him.
Yeah. I saw that there were a lot of inconsistencies with how they were telling the story and how they were wanting Summer back within the body of their interviews. And I found it very strange that it wasn't a lot of, we miss our baby. We want our baby back home. You know, please don't hurt her. Please return her. This, that, and the other thing. You know, there was very little to no emotion from Candace. And obviously her being a woman, I would expect her to be all over the place, you know, totally broken down, not holding it together during the course of the interview. I mean, what pair of parents, you know, would be able to hold up under that kind of pressure? But you just didn't see it. It wasn't there.
Okay, so do you remember Samuel Olsen? Did you ever see his mother? Speaking in the interview?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going back.
Candace should have looked like that.
Absolutely.
Told the hell up.
Yeah.
You just stand there looking like you zoned out. You don't know what's coming or going. And you could just see it on Samuel Olsen's mother. The
Right.
face, she just been bawling for since the boy passed.
Right.
I mean, the whole wreck. That's what I was expecting to see with Candace, because Don painted the picture that, oh, Candace so distressed, and the moms, she just can't speak right now. That was some of the things he was saying. She can't come out right now, and
Right.
he's, on social media and stressed out and all this. So I'm expecting to see a tore up Candace, but I didn't see that. I didn't see a broke down Candace. They held it together to the point it was like, are this an act? Is this?
Yeah.
Are we getting lights, camera, action here? I mean,
That's what it appeared to be. That's what it appeared to be. And it looks like they were trying to remember more about the story to tell than what.
Looking at each other like this.
And what and how they were actually feeling about telling the story. So when you had that as the first impression, especially, on a news report, it definitely keeps your eyes and ears open towards, something else yet to come. And obviously, the way this unfolded, we definitely found out a lot of things yet to come with this story.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
Deborah. Okay, 7 years of my life in abusive relationships. I know what it looks like, but I'm blessed with my new life and family now. I'm glad you made it out of that. A lot of people don't make it out of abusive relationships alive. So I'm very glad you made it out of that, Deborah. Hey, J-Star, we saw slurring Candace recite the script. Oh, yeah, she could barely keep it together. She couldn't keep, the story together. Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of different things, too, that we found out from that interview, is that there were a lot of missing pieces to that story. And as we found out along the way.
Which interview? The one with Chris, or the little short ones she did with the news?
With the news.
Okay.
She just made it seem like if we went to the swimming hole and, we got home and, she looked around. She couldn't find Summer. She called her husband. Husband said, call 911. She calls 911 on her mother's phone. They get there, and here's the story unfolding now,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what I got. That's what I got. Get them eyeglasses. I know. It's bad, y'all. It's so bad. It's so bad. And it's mainly on my laptop, or if I'm reading my phone too long, that's when I have to go find them, because, oh my God.
When you do casework, you do a lot of reading, you're doing a lot of research, you're going from website to website, news article to news article, video after video.
That's what we do.
You're putting together your notes. As a content creator, it can be quite time consuming, for us to actually present this kind of information, especially when we're talking about, a crime scene, suspects, police investigation, forensics, you name it. There's a lot of moving parts in this particular case, as well as all the cases that are out there right now.
Yes.
So much props to you for developing a channel that you take the time to get to the nitty gritty, I must say. That's one thing I liked about, no kidding. That's one thing I liked about your channel when I first came across it. And I think you were covering the Orson and Orrin West case. Yeah. And I think you did a great job there.
Well, I think you did an awesome job. A very awesome job.
Well, we try. We can only get what is important to us in a case. And then, as we spoke about before yesterday on your live, it's about perception. It's about what's important in a case. And not everybody is on that same level or line of perception because everyone takes a look at things differently than the next person.
True.
You know?
Yeah. And I like to listen and see other people's point of view. I love to do that. So watching you and Unmasked and Chris, it's like, oh, okay. Because you might point out something that I don't even think about, or I don't see.
Right.
Case, but you might pull it right out, so yeah, it's good
and vice versa. You may point out certain things that you've done, whether it be Facebook research or an article research. You may be doing a follow-up to a piece I haven't caught up to yet. And so we all can make that contribution by following each other, watching each other, and supporting each other. So that this way we're all on board with the same perspective as the next person actually coming on board and giving their presentation and perspective as to what they see about the case.
Definitely.
Yes. So we complement each other, even though we're individually independent of each other. We collectively are connected with each other because we all have something important to bring to the table.
Very, very much so. Very, very much so. So my next thing I was going to do, I guess I'll go ahead and put it out there. I was going through a lot of Don's posts, Facebook posts, and the ones that was really strange to me, I think it's like 13 or 14. I was going to do a whole video just on everything he's saying because it's really crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah, and the best part about that is that there is a timeline of every statement and every suggestion that Don is revealing. So he's revealing a timeline at the same time. So that's what's so important about folks on Facebook following Don and Candace, because they don't know that they're creating a timeline for us to follow.
Yes, he is. And even to the point he don't even know, but he got his own narrative. He's created his own narrative. It's almost like he's a Facebooker, like he's it's almost like he's a YouTuber, but on Facebook.
Right.
He's pulling out videos, he's posting, he's pulling out statistics.
He's giving us everything that we want to hear,
and
everything that we need to try and understand about this case. But at the same time, too, he's got his feelings on his sleeve.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's the wrong thing he could do, and we see it. Because we automatically gonna look at it like, this is a red flag. Why are you so persistent on this narrative? And why are you going so hard about this abduction? Why?
Especially so early in the case. And this is what caught my attention. I said, abduction. How does he know that? And they haven't even gotten on the ground yet to do any kind of investigation. The neighborhood was just looking. How do you get from there, a missing child that could be around the corner, down the block, down the street, at a neighbor's house or a friend's house, and call it abduction so early in the story?
Yeah.
Not unless you know something. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, he wanted us to really, just from the gate. And then did you catch like some of the things he was saying, talking about God and giving up? Like, It was almost like he was giving up, like she's gone. That first week, it was like, well, I expect it to be like this, because of Rose. That's why I don't have no hope. That's why he said he lost hope. So It was almost like he was giving up. Okay, Rose I said it's a big difference. Rose, 10 years plus, your daughter just been 2 days, 3 days gone. That's not the same. How can you compare that, Don? How? Unless you know something that we don't know.
Exactly.
Is she really never coming back?
Exactly. And when you give people that impression, yes, you become suspect. And if
Yeah.
you can't get your story together, yes, you become suspect. If you can't recall a time, if you can't recall what you wore, what you did, what you ate, how long you were at a particular place, and so on, yes, you are going to be looked at as a suspect, as well as Candace.
Yeah.
She had problem with the narrative to begin with, and then we see Don actually support her in the narrative by almost literally saying the same thing. But yet he threw in the abduction. She didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got a question. Now, what's your opinion? Because this has been brought up maybe once or twice, and I've been looking into it, but I haven't found anything on this. Why haven't we heard anything about Summer eating any food that day? Because they left at 8 that morning to take Mama Candy to the hospital. So
Right.
what actual food did the baby get in her belly that day instead of like junk from like Sonic Slurpee and what else was it? Skittles that grandmama bought her?
Yeah.
I mean, what actual food did she eat from the time she left? We never got that. I mean, we know there's hours missing. But why nobody ever brought up, did they stop somewhere to get some food? Because they didn't get home from about maybe from the timeline, maybe between maybe 3:15. They should have been home if we're going by what Candace said. Yeah, so from 8 to 3:15, what actual food did everyone eat?
Right. And it
What's
makes you
your
think.
opinion on that?
It makes you think. A lot's going on there. A lot's on someone's mind. Enough to not feed your kids. Make sure that they have something to eat. They didn't bring anything with them to go to the swimming hole or this fishing idea that came up. Most people, if they're going to go to a picnic or a park and they know they're going to be spending time there, women more so than men think about putting together something for the kids right away.
And if not, we're going to go eat before we go.
Exactly.
Or bring snacks and eat once we leave. Because some people don't like to eat before you get in the water. They can make you sick. But we didn't hear none of that.
Nothing.
We didn't hear none of that.
And that's what's strange about it. And I found that to be very strange, to say that here she's got a 15-year-old Hunter. She's got her daughter.
And he looked like he can eat now.
Yeah.
So what
that boy
about
looked
him?
like he can pack some food away.
Yeah.
A walking refrigerator to be 15.
Yeah. Big boy.
So, and even for him not to even suggest, are we going to be stopping at such and such or so, or can we get a bite to eat? And, because he looks like, he's hungry all the time.
Yeah. He don't miss a meal.
Right.
Not a one. So, yeah, he never said nothing about stopping and getting to eat. It just sounded like it was all junk. And then even after they got home and brought the groceries in, we don't hear her saying she fixed Summer anything to eat or, anything like that.
Right. And I found that to be strange. I was about to prepare dinner or to feed the kids. We were out all day. We had to drop Mom off to the hospital, go and pick her up, pick up the prescriptions. We stopped at a food market. We stopped at Sonic's to pick up some slushies, and the kids didn't eat. So I was hurrying back home to make sure that I got something on the dinner table, for the kids.
Right.
And once again, she didn't seem too concerned about the three boys that were at home or with Donald at the time. That's still a foggy story in and of itself.
Very.
To be concerned about whether they ate anything or not.
You know what I get from that, John?
What's that?
I get that those kids normally fend for themselves.
That's what it seems like.
That's just really how. That's what I'm get. You know, I've got from the beginning. You know that they've always fend for themselves. Even at the beginning, you hear Candace saying she always tell the boys, "Go out there and get Summer. Why'd y'all leave Summer outside?"
Mm-hmm.
So nobody tends to really monitor Summer or what she's doing.
Right.
Nobody. So they probably just grabbed anything they could find in the house because they left it out. And I just find that weird. The whole day. That's a long day. Y'all did a lot.
Yeah.
But you know what y'all didn't forget? Y'all alcohol beverages, y'all vapes. Y'all didn't forget that. But what about the necessity that you need to live? Food.
Yeah. They also stopped at the CBD shop. I hear. So
the hippie house. Yeah, I posted a video.
yeah, hip hop. Yeah, the hippie shop.
Hippie
Yeah.
Yeah. I went inside and it looks very nice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only imagine what else she racked up in there.
Now I understand it too, Miss Queen, that you went out to Warrior Park and you did a walkthrough of that area. How was that experience for you?
Oh man, the first time I went. Okay, y'all, because I'm in Nashville. For those that don't know, I'm in Nashville, and I'm literally 4 hours, and that's nothing for me because I'm used to traveling. So on the weekend, I'm gonna go down there because I really wanted to help search, but they only wanted specific, you know, equi search and law enforcement to search at the time. So, and we really wasn't getting no information from Don and Candace. So I was like, well, let's backtrack. Let's start from where we seen with our own two eyes that Summer was alive, kicking, and moving. So my thought process was start from there and go forward and backtrack to where she ended up missing. So I started at Warriors Path Park. When I first went, the first day, I was sort of pecking for time with the light. I was worried about not having enough light.
Right.
And so the first time I went down off in there, and when I pulled in, it just looked like the park is so big, John. It's so darn big. You would have to like really know the area and regularly go back there to just, of course, people really go there to go across from the hole and look at the horses.
Right.
And enjoy the stables and pet the horses and go back in and spend time with the horses. Mm-hmm. Then they leave and go up to the upper part of the park where they swim. Designated areas where they swim and playgrounds, and you have people that camp up there. They have so many designated places where you can do everything that you want to do, from camp to fishing, all of that up there. But they went down there. Okay. That's what was first thing that struck odd to me. When I first got there, it was like, okay, I had this like an eerie feeling. Like I was worried about what was going to come out those bushes. I was worried because it's mountains all around there and these big trees and woods. And at any time, anything could come out at any point.
Right. Now, I wanted to back up a little bit from the time you drove out there.
Okay.
From, I guess, the entrance of the park up until you got to the swimming hole. How long do you think you were in the car in terms of minutes before you got to the swimming hole? From the entrance of entering the park and then you went to the swimming hole. How long do you think it took to get to that location?
Entrance to the hole?
Yeah.
Going the speed limit, about 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes.
Back pretty far. Yeah.
Okay.
You go back pretty far.
Now, did you notice any speed limit signs in the park to reduce speed to 10 miles an hour? Certain
No, they
areas.
just have speed bumps.
Okay, speed bumps to slow you down.
Notice any speed limit signs on that side going to the
To the
Horse stables,
stables?
you
Yeah.
don't see no speed limit signs, but on the park area, there is.
Okay.
But they do have some speed bumps.
Okay. So when you were there, did you actually mimic the trail, so to speak, as to where they were, how far they were? Uh, did you see any debris on the ground? Did you see any garbage cans or trash receptacles for people to dump their garbage, or their ice, their twisted tea cans and their beer cans and their soda cans?
Yes. So let me tell you what I saw.
Okay.
So when you first get there, you park. It's like a little circle area because it's basically a U-turn where you turn around and leave right back out after you see the horses. So you can park right there and you walk down this little path. Okay. There's trees down everywhere, so you really have no place to go but down this little path.
So it's like a cul-de-sac parking, like a huge circle that is a big circle, and then in other words, it takes you in and then it'll take you out.
Takes you right out.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. That is the parking.
Okay.
And it's just like a couple of spots, not where a lot of people can park.
Okay, so it's limited parking in that area.
Limited parking in that area.
How many parking spots, offhand, do you remember seeing? 3, 4, perhaps maybe 5, and then it stopped?
I would say maybe 7.
7. Okay.
Maybe 7. Just along.
Any handicap parking spots there too?
No.
No.
No handicap.
Okay. All right.
No handicap.
So you went to you get out your car, you begin taking a look at that particular area where they showed us on video where they were, and then you begin heading in that area. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so when I first get out, I'm looking at the horse stables because I'm remembered in my head, the horse stables is supposed to be right across from the swim hole, exact place that Summer was. So I'm measuring how far, and it's literally right across.
Okay, so that would be over your left shoulder. If you were pointing at the water with your body, the horse stables would be over your left shoulder behind you, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Directly.
Okay.
Yes, directly.
Was it muddy? Was the ground muddy? Was it dry? Was it wet? Was it
the ground? It was muddy and slippery.
Okay.
It was muddy and slippery. Very muddy and slippery.
Okay.
The day. Yes, it was very muddy and slippery because I slipped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I slipped going down the path. I didn't fall, but my foot went up under me, my right foot.
Okay.
Yeah, so I made my kids stay back, and I took the rest of the way.
You took the way. Okay.
Yeah, because I slipped, and it just didn't look safe for the kids to be. Not at all.
How deep do you think that water was from, I guess, the shoreline out to where that big, huge tree that looks like it came down and just stayed in the water, the same tree that we saw in front of Summer when she was there? How deep do you think that water is?
I would say I'm 5'2". It would be probably at my head. Okay. If you walk straight into towards the middle.
Right. Okay. So in other words, you would see, or you could see like a drop off between the light part, and then it would go dark at a certain area. So that would be a drop off area where it got deep.
Yeah. And you wouldn't know until you hit it.
Okay.
Because the bottom is so dirty.
Right.
And where people like just discard whatever. I mean, you have animals that go in that water and do whatever. And it's just nasty in that water. Right. But you can see the darkness because you can kind of see when you first walking in the water, the trash. You can see clearly the trash. But as you look further on down, even from where I stood to where Summer directly was in, I feel like that was a little bit too far. If she would just kept on going, she would have been swept off.
Right. She would have disappeared under the
just
water, obviously.
disappeared.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a risk in itself, just where she was. And luckily, you know, she was splashing backwards. But yeah, they wasn't too deep in, because if you seen H standing up in there,
Mm-hmm.
it was like
Mm-hmm.
at his legs.
Right.
But if they would have kept on going, I mean, we have boats and everything that came. I think I got a video of boats coming around, turning around right there and going back. So that
Right.
water goes all the way around to where the designated area, swim areas is. So it's really big and deep. All that water comes together.
Right. Right.
And meet. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you see any animals? Did you see anything on the grass or the grounds, or anything in the water, like fish or turtles or anything like that while you were there?
Nothing. The second time, it was a dog walking around on the property. I got him on video.
Right.
But the first time, no animals out there. But those horses at the stables, no animals out there. No animals. I was scared maybe something was going, like a snake or something, gonna come out. Nothing ever did, because I'm sure deep off there is some animals, but none that I could see. I didn't see no fish swimming around right there for me standing right where the water starts.
Right.
I didn't see any fish. None of that.
Okay.
But it was just a bunch of tree branches everywhere on both sides of you.
Scattered.
There's no way to sit. You just standing there. There's nothing for you to do but to stand there and just look at all the trees that's fallen and branches are down around you and in the water.
Right.
Okay.
Did you see any rocks? I noticed that when Chris did his walkthrough of that swimming hole, he starts at the point where they were, Summer and Hunter and Candace, and then he walks down as like a foot trail. It's a slopey foot trail
Towards the right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so there's another way you can go if you want to go up the mountain deeper into the woods. Okay. There is a way. I actually took video of the dog going that way, and I was like, I walked a little bit up there and stopped because it just,
Okay.
Wrong turn, he'll have eyes. You go too further, you never coming back. Yeah.
Okay.
And the dog even turned around at a point and came right back down that trail. So I really wanted to, if the wildlife guy was out there, I would have followed his lead and got more down there, but no. But yes, the mountains, yes, that's rocks. If you go up that way, even down in front of the water to the left, where you see why I record the branches fall that's on the ground, covering it. There is rocks like right across, like going around where the water is. Okay. And there is rocks in the water, but on the bottom. Like you step on it, and that's in most lakes. There's rocks, right? Yes, but there are rocks out there. She was not being honest on that.
I think Amber sent you a super chat.
Shout out to. Shoot, let me go up. I'm sorry. I'm so deep in this conversation.
Yes.
Amber, thank you. Your channel is fire. I love y'all. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat.
And we got 84 people up in here. I hope we got 100% likes on tonight's special live. I want to thank you for inviting me.
Always. We will have to do this more often.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Because I love hearing you talk.
So now, how long do you think you stayed about just analyzing and looking at the water, looking at the ground, looking at the trees, looking at any debris that was in and around the area?
I stayed about an hour and a half until it got dark.
Oh, okay. What time? What time did you begin about?
I began about 7.
Okay. Okay. So the sun was going down.
Yep, the sun was going down, but it was still, a good enough light. I wanted to go live, but there was no reception.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was deep off, in the mountain areas, and it's not real good reception over there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that deep off.
So when you left and you got back in the car after this experience, what went
Oh,
through
let me
your
tell
mind?
you about the trash.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the first time I went down there, now mind you, there was a guy that went maybe like 2 weeks after she went missing, and he recorded some twisted teas out there. So I made it down there 2 weeks after he made it down there. All the twisted teas was gone. Okay. But
Okay.
there was still like beer cans, black trash bags. It was just trash everywhere. And specifically around the tree to your right, if you're facing the water.
Okay.
Specifically. The most trash. Like maybe they like to stand there and throw the trash almost like, but that's had the most trash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first time it was the trash bags, the beer cans, all that's on video. I made sure I took pictures of all of that.
Okay.
The second time, all of it was gone, John. All of it was gone. Somebody been going out there picking up their trash.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've been watching YouTube.
Okay.
I
Now,
think somebody's been watching.
did you see any flowers out there
What I saw,
along that footpath that went alongside the water? Anywhere on that side, on the right hand side, did you see any type of flowers or?
I didn't notice no flowers.
Okay.
I didn't notice any flowers. Some people said they saw flowers in the video, but when I went, it was just trees everywhere. And the branches down. I guess maybe that's where most of my attention was at, but I didn't notice any flowers like yellow flowers, red flowers, anything blooming, like no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I know to my left there was real tall, high grass that I was concerned about because it was so tall, and in summer, that caught my eye too.
Okay.
She said, "Girl, there was one sorry flower on a bush." Literally, I'm telling you, if you watch the video, you don't see flowers. Like, yeah, I don't recall. I will look again just to reassure myself. But from what I recall, I do not recall no flowers. So when she said they was picking at flowers, I don't know, maybe I don't know where they. I didn't see no flowers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I didn't see no flowers.
Okay.
I don't even see how any flower, could grow over that nasty, disgusting area. But yeah, it was mainly like trash everywhere, trees down, grass. I definitely saw grass.
Okay. So when you got back in your car, after this experience, what went through your mind? How did you?
I saw like the poison berries. If you go up the right side, where I had to visualize it in my head, when you go up to the side where Chris went,
Okay.
I followed the dog but stopped. Now there's poison berries on branches. That's something I didn't recall, but I remember not wanting to touch it because it had the red poison berries out there. That probably give you poison ivy or something.
Right.
But the second time they had a Coca-Cola can out there. I got video of that as well.
And so the second time, I guess you went back out there, it was cleaned up. It was like it didn't exist. This debris.
Like nobody was never out there.
Okay.
Why is that? Why do you think that was?
Well, I figured that, the people who manage that property also, take care of the horses. And since it is an open to the public type of area, a park area, they would be responsible for, trash pickup, garbage removal, only because it is a detriment to the environment, in and of itself,
Okay, so
They
let me
should.
ask you this.
Yeah.
This was my thing. I want to hear. Okay, so if it was the park people or people maybe from the stables, why
Mhm.
didn't they get up all the trash instead of just the Twisted Teas the first time? Or the second time that I saw the beer cans and the same old trash bags from the guy that posted the video of the Twisted Teas, why didn't they pick all that up then?
And it's a good question. And most likely, with the amount of people watching YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all these different social media platforms, I'm sure that with everyone, that may be in that area in Tennessee, closer to that area, I'm sure that they had a high traffic volume of people going
Oh
into that
yeah,
area for
yeah,
themselves to look at this
yeah.
watering hole or the swimming pool or whatever.
You're
And
right.
just out of curiosity, it starts to develop traffic. And I'm sure that the groundkeepers there said, look, we got to straighten this place out. We're starting to get some traffic here, and we don't want to look like we're, sitting on our fingers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So why do you think? Oh, was that something you was about to ask me? Because I was about to ask you something.
You are in the flow. We are going. We are good
Hmm.
tonight. When you left that area after being out there for an hour and 10, maybe 15 minutes or so like that, and you got back in your car, what went through your mind after that experience? How did you feel? What did you think coming back out of the park?
I felt sad. I felt sad for Summer because I felt sad because I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first thing that's going through my mind. So the kids got a little experience out of it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I just felt sad. It was like a quiet moment. And then in my head was, why the hell did she take her over there?
Mm.
The whole beautiful park. That was in my head. This whole beautiful park where she could have swam, no trees in the water like that. No tall grass. So if she go in it, she could be lost. Where there might have been flowers. Safety, better water for the swimming. Why over there?
Mm-hmm.
I just I just don't understand. That was what's in my head when I was leaving. Why there?
Do you think Summer slipped underwater, as it was stated on social media, that she did take a slip somewhere in
Very
that water when
possible.
she was
I
there?
slipped soon. I was walking down
Mm-hmm.
the path. I slipped. So I could imagine, because I don't even know, did she even have shoes on
Right.
there? I don't even believe she had shoes on there. So if she didn't even have shoes on, I'm almost positive she could have took a slip. It was very likely because I slipped. And I was going slow just because it's a little hill and it's uneven, it's rocky,
Mm-hmm.
it's got knots in it, and it's so you're gonna be walking carefully down it because you're gonna fall.
Right.
You have to level yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's very possible Summer could have slipped in that water or even going towards that water or coming out the water. She could have slipped. Very possible.
Dawn of Destruction says there were some wild red roses by the trash bag in the video with Hunter. Did you see any wild red roses, or, well, we talked about seeing any kind of flowers out there, and you said
I'm gonna
you
go
didn't.
back and look at my
Okay.
video.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to my video for sure, because that's where I looked at all the trash and stuff, and I'll verify. But I don't recall any. But I will look. That's what I said I was gonna do anyway. Matter of fact, let me look now. While we talking. Yeah. So my thought process was, why would she? Hey, real deal, baby. Why would she take her there and not to all the nice areas there? There's no price for to go swimming, fishing, camping, whatever she wanted to do. It was
Right.
swim. Wherever she could have swam or went to, she could have did it right up there. And it wasn't like people was closer, neck and neck. I showed on my videos that people was so far apart. There was no immediate danger of COVID. None of that.
Right.
Because all the families was far apart.
Yeah, people were not in such close quarters as most would think, huh?
And it was so big. It was so big. Let me go to my videos.
Yeah, because in studying and analyzing that swimming hole with Summer in that video, we do get a chance to see, how far out she went and where that water did at one point appear to go up to her neck. But that is when the video cut off at the very end and then
that's the deeper as you go in, you'll see it going further and further. So when Candace was telling Chris, it was down there, pointing to her ankles, that's an obvious lie. Point blank. I'm sorry, that was a big lie. And maybe she didn't recall, but if you don't recall, just say as you recall. I'm not for sure.
Right.
But she was, that was, the further you go in that water, the deeper it goes. Just like any other lake. Yeah.
So you now wanted to ask me something before I continued my question, if you remember what your question was to me.
Yes. Why do you think she took her and H went there instead of the other places in the park? Ooh, I think that might stop my stream. So let me stop screen. Okay, I'll just look at my phone. Did you hear me?
Yeah,
say
again. Yeah, say again.
Oh, okay. Why do you feel like she took Summer over there? Took her and H over there?
Well, once again, according to her narrative, it was to actually kill time waiting for the prescriptions. Is the only thing that Candace feels that would justify going to the watering hole at that time. She said that they only spent about 15-20 minutes, and I'm saying, well, if you're going swimming, no one goes swimming for 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
If you're in the water, you're going to enjoy where you're going. And there was really no hurry or no rush to get back in 15-20 minutes, only because you could take your time after the prescription is filled and go back and pick it up whenever you want.
The girls' weekend.
Yes,
she also
you
has
could.
a Rover for her dog.
But she could have took her in the other parts for 15 to 20 minutes too.
Right.
That's why I'm just like, that's not good enough.
Yeah. Could it be possible they went elsewhere and forgot to tell us in the storyline?
Yeah. Very possible. I'm looking right now. There's spot privacy, but she put a swimsuit on her before she left the house. That I feel like she lied about, because she herself said she didn't even plan on going swimming. That wasn't until she met up with H at Alley House. And then that's when they decided to maybe go fishing or swimming kill time.
Mm-hmm.
So how did she put on a swimsuit at 8 before she took her mother to the hospital when that wasn't even, a designated? You wasn't really.
It sounds like Candace put that in there because it does show intent to say that's where they were going to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what she wanted us to believe.
Yeah, and normally if you're going to take your child swimming, you're going to have them put on their bathing suit under their clothes.
Right. And that's what she told Chris she did. But then, okay, good night, sugar mama. But later on, was it on her website? She said it wasn't playing.
I just find that quite suspect there. And
I
a lot of the activities.
Put a video up for you too.
Yeah.
I'm double checking. I don't see no flowers yet.
Okay.
And I got real good close up the second time I did a whole video. I don't know. Could all the flowers be dead? Just everywhere, just died?
It seemed like, too, that the places that they went to were jumbled up. And I believe that Candace had told Chris that they went to the CBD shop before they went to the swimming hole.
So it was before and
they
after?
Also picked up the Twisted Tea.
Yeah, that was before. Yes, definitely.
At the Priceless Food Mart. So, or the store in which she bought her cigarettes. I think that's where she bought the Twisted Tea from. So now you've got Twisted Tea, and you possibly have, some smoke. You're going out, since we're going to the swimming hole, maybe we can enjoy a couple of minutes, a moment here and there, light up, toot, toot, beep, beep, and all this other stuff. And get a little bit of a buzz while the kids go swimming.
I'll play the video. No, absolutely no flowers.
Yeah.
I just got done.
So she might have been under the influence at the time they left the swimming hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she could have been definitely under the influence. And if they under the influence and they're drinking and they're smoking and they smoking and drinking, and then what if something happened to Summer? Hey, Francis Dean, something happened to Summer at that point, and they don't realize it because they're under the influence.
Right. I mean, it would make you wonder, if that was the intent of going to the water hole to begin with.
So on the trees, on the tall trees, you see maybe like some little I'll play it. I might have to play it. Maybe like some white little petals coming off.
Okay.
But it's on the tall trees not below
where the ground is.
Not below, like she said they was picking. But it's on the top of the trees. I just looked. It could be white flowers or it might be leaves. I'm not sure, but
yeah.
I'm not really sure.
So that's what I gathered. If they had intent to go to the swimming hole, pick up Hunter, and stop at a couple of places just before they get there while they wait for the prescriptions at the pharmacy, then going to the swimming hole would make sense to have a little personal time,
Right.
Which made me believe that, yes, she was under the influence when she left that watering hole.
Right. But she refused to say that she drunk anything or smoked anything.
Her mother may have been agitated, waiting for the prescription because her knee or her leg had any kind of swelling or edema or any kind of pain.
But
Ain't nobody
listen
going to
to
sit up
that,
in a hot
John.
car. What's that?
Listen to that, John. She told Chris she walked her mother down there to the hole. That she
That's
had her
what I
cane
heard.
and she held onto her. And her standing there on that knee. Are we to believe that?
Yeah. What was she going to sit on? There was nothing out there to
There's
sit on.
no place to sit. Yeah, said no place to sit.
Yeah. So that
What do you
I kind of
think about
didn't. Yeah, I kind of didn't buy that. You know, if she sat in the car or if she went down to the watering hole where Candace was, why didn't she show up on the video when Hunter did and Summer in the water?
Hey, Faith.
Where was she?
Somebody asked me about berries. Yeah, when you walk up to the, not down the side, not down the path that Summer walked, but to the right, if you go down that path that Chris went, like you're going up the mountains, up on the trail to go deeper in the woods, to the right, I did see berries, red berries that look poisonous. I did see that, but they was red berries.
Mm. So one of the things that that caught my eye, I guess, in out of that swimming hole area, which I found quite important, was the time of day. You know, they decided to go to that swimming hole that time of day. I think it was after 12, 12:30, 12:35, somewhere in that pocket.
Yes.
And, you know, I was thinking, well, why didn't she take her, the three boys from the house if they were at the house?
That's what I thought. But just in her defense, and that's very not likely, but I mean, you know, that's not often because I always find discrepancies with her.
Yeah.
But Rogersville, that park is in Kingsport, and they live in Rogersville. So that would have been like a 30, 45 minutes. So it's possible she didn't want to go get them, but I don't see why not.
Right.
I don't see why you wouldn't drive 30 minutes to go get them and come back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she would have most likely said, just me off the back, knowing the distance, 30, 45 minutes. Why would I go all the way home to get the boys and come all the way back?
Yeah, because she made a stop. Yeah, she made a stop to pick up Hunter, you know.
She sure did. And that was
figure,
what, 45 minutes? You damn right, John.
Mm-hmm.
45 minutes from her house. 30 to 40 minutes from her house.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. She sure did. Why not go pick up the boys? And that's why I always second guess that. That's why I don't think everything H said was so out of the norm. Because why would he make up Candace telling him that the boys that went to work with Don? Right.
And Don never admitted that the boys were with him at work. At all. When he should have. He could have said, oh, look, you know, I was at work. I had my three boys with me. I got a call from Candace saying that Summer was missing. I told her to call 911. And then I called 911 because that's what he said he did too. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I got the show tonight, folks, until Miss Queen comes back. And then Candace drops her phone, throws her phone into the back of a truck, his truck, a truck, the truck, and then uses her mother's phone because she's got AT&T service that will connect it to 911. And I said, you know, most of the cell phones, I don't care where you buy it, will be able to let you call 911 from just practically any phone.
That's what I thought too. I mean, if she was able to talk to Don on that phone, she should have been able to call 911. Even on, I have a couple of old phones just laying around the house that my 4-year-old sometimes plays with. If he's not charging his iPad, when he's charging his iPad, he'll pick up an old phone. He could still connect to my internet and dial 911. But I want to say he can dial it even without Wi-Fi. but they had Wi-Fi. But I think he can dial it even without Wi-Fi. Okay. But you got people that saying, "Oh, some phones, you can't do it." But I believe they made that as an emergency for everybody. If something happened and you got your cell phone, you're able to call 911. So I've never heard of not being able to use 911 on no phones. That's new to me. Maybe, I don't know, but
Right.
I've never heard of not.
I found that strange.
Call 911.
Yeah, I found that strange. And who's to say where he may have been at that time? How far was that job location that he worked at? He said Jonesburg. And now you figure, how far is Jonesburg from where he stated that he worked all the way back to the house? It was time recorded. And I think one of the channel holders that's covering the case, I don't know if I can mention anybody on your channel in reference to that, but streamlined his trip from Jonesburg all the way back to the house within about 22 to 25 minutes rather than the 40 minutes, give or take, that was told to us. So he got there much faster than we were told he got back to the house from his job site.
Right. And I find this weird. Thank you, Patriot, for becoming. I think you became a member, baby. Thank you. And thank you for the Cash App, Patriot's wife. Shout out to you, baby. Okay, so who came up with this 25 minutes? Okay, can you explain that? Say it again. I'm sorry. When you were talking, I was going back to what they were saying at the same time. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I don't know how my brain works. It's so weird, but
right. But we were talking about the 911 call, and we were talking about Don's conversation with Candace.
The driving amount.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So it was looked at and recorded to say that the highway that was used from Jonesburg all the way back to the house, give or take, the speed limit is 70 miles an hour. Now, here you get a phone call from your wife saying that your daughter's missing, and you inform her to call 911. How fast do you think he was going if he left Jonesburg on that highway to get back home?
I would say about 80, 85.
Yeah, exactly.
And so was he really at that spot? That's why I'm confused at. Because they said he was at work an hour away. So how do we get to another location?
Right. That information.
25 minutes.
Right. That information came from Hunter in the interview. That is the only piece of information that tells that Don was at work at the time. He thought he was at work at the time, but he wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's still unverified. That's still in the fog. Yeah. Don could have been down the road. Who knows?
Exactly.
You see?
Exactly.
So,
but and so I was thinking, because they said themselves, Candace Don, he was an hour away at work, but he was upset because he still beat the police there, even though he was an hour away at work. So I was basing in my brain, okay, I know Rogersville PD ain't that damn bad where their response time is that long. Ain't no way. So I'm averaging his maybe going 85, 90. I mean, I drive 80 on the regular on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
So I give him 85, 90. Your daughter missing. From an hour, I would give him 40 minutes, maybe 30 at the least. And somebody should have been there, at least Rogersville. Kingsport, they got 30, 40 minutes drive. But at least Rogersville PD, Sheriff Department, they should have been there.
Right.
Okay. So that's what I was thinking in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And also Chris saying that he confirmed that he spoke with the law enforcement and they said that they met when they was at the bottom of the hill when Don pulled up. So then you got that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already thinking, okay, either he wasn't at work or he either was at work and didn't beat them there, or he wasn't at work and was looking, because either way, whether he wasn't or wasn't, he still pulled up after the police.
Exactly, because
So
they
what
were
the hell
there
were you
at the
doing?
foot of the driveway.
So what was you doing? Where was you really at?
Exactly.
Where was
And
you really at?
you got the three boys in the house. And if Candace left to do any kind of searching, because she said that she went around searching, she jumped in one of the vehicles and left the house looking for Summer down the driveway, down to Ben Hill Road. And then I'm sure she went to the corner of Ben Hill and Beach Creek Road, where the guy, I think his name is Jackie Dobbs, lives. The guy with the red truck, supposedly the red truck guy, who had all the dogs that were barking, at Chris.
They want to holler about red trucks. A few of them over there got red trucks.
Right. So, take her to go down there, come back up Ben Hill Road to go to the other side, to the very end of Ben Hill Road, looking for Summer, puts her off the property. So you've got the three boys and grandma still on the property by themselves. How long did the boys look for Summer on the property? What did grandma do when she was on the property? Where did she look? So there's a whole lot of unanswered questions within a short period of time. And that timeline is drawn down to about 3.5 to almost 4 hours, unaccountable time or activity that we're still looking for answers for.
That's exactly what I got.
Yeah.
3 to 4 hours unaccounted for.
Yeah.
So I know you onto something, because that's what I came up with.
Good.
Hours. You're not planting flowers for 3 hours. But back to what you was quickly saying. So allegedly Don, when he pulled up, went past his driveway. So he said, and went round to the shed. Give me your opinion. Okay, because that's also where he said he observed the boys. So at some point, I'm thinking the boys are looking for Summer around the shed, right? That's what I'm automatically thinking.
Right.
Maybe the boys over there looking for Summer. Maybe she ran to the shed. Okay. Why do you think Don went straight for the shed instead of going up there, seeing what's going on, talking to my wife, checking on my kids, seeing what law enforcement about to do? Hey, just surviving. I would be, trying to get information. I'll be ready to see my wife and the kids that I got left. They're still waiting. They're still home, and talk to law enforcement, right? I wouldn't go straight past my driveway around to the shed. Why do you think he did that, John?
Well, that's a telling sign right there. There must have been something very important for him to go and check out in that location before he got to the top of the hill where the house is. And if that's what he did, what was that important that he went to go check out? That was where the shed was. Why did he go there first? So you have a good point. You have a good question and a very good point.
Yeah, and it just, I'm stuck right there. Like, why? What in your heart led you, Don? Past the driveway? Because I'm imagining I get a call and say one of my kids, my kids' father called me, and the kids, I'm pulled straight up for it. I'm not even going to realize that the police is probably here. I'm going to be going to him, seeing what kids is here, and then going to police. Okay, what we finna do? Like, we got to go start searching. My mind wouldn't be to go around to the back of my house, to the shed, or around to no other place but to where my wife and kids are.
Right, to the house.
So that really stuck out to me.
And now you put the word abduction in there real quick. Now you put that word out there real quick, and you've got a recipe that can only come out just the way it did. You know, he believes that Summer was abducted. He believes in the stranger abduction theory. Now, a couple of, I think it's about 3 or 4 days now, I did a live on my channel covering that particular aspect because I just could not believe in the stranger abduction theory. And I said, there's absolutely no way in the world,
Never
after
from the
covering
beginning.
that property and the terrain around that property and the streets that are connected to that property and how far things are from that property. I said, there's no way a stranger would take a chance, high risk factor. You know, you've got
No,
a
you don't
high.
have to. You don't have to pass the shed to get to the house. No.
Yeah, high risk factor for someone that's looking to steal something. You know, usually when people with the criminal minds that they have are looking to steal something, they're looking also at the most certain, surest possible way to do it. Quick in and out.
Right.
So robbery, that's what it is.
Somebody in the chat.
In another word.
Yes. Somebody in the chat brought up could he possibly been giving something to his boys to hide in the shed or some of that nature. I believe that's what they said. Gave something to the boys to hide possibly, or possibly had evidence.
Yeah, there could be some evidence that they could have ran off in there. You know, it could have been a drug pouch. It could have been his powdered gun. It could have been a number of things that he didn't want the police to find at that time at the residence. It's like you leave your stash in the house and, you know, you got cops outside, you know, what are you going to do?
Run your house to try to get it and get up out there quick. Bring my big purse in and hurry up and put my stuff in my purse and hurry up and come out and move it to another location.
That's
automatically. That's human nature.
Yeah. So
when you have getting yourself in trouble. You
have somebody with the mindset, I'm going to this particular resident or this house to steal something. So what is your mindset now? I need to know how to get in. I need to know how to get out. They've got dogs on the property. There's so many different variables.
The dogs will meet them at the bottom of the damn driveway. Okay. The dogs would have met them there. Okay.
Right.
So that automatically should have alerted Candace. Somebody's on your property. And then that would cause her to look, maybe walk down further and notice somebody's here.
Yeah, that's what you have the dogs for, to alert you as to when someone's on the property.
And Chris even said when they pulled up from the swim hole, when she was taking the dogs came out of everywhere of the woods, every place, and met him at the bottom before they even went up.
Right.
They met him at the bottom of the driveway.
Right.
Which is natural in nature for dogs. Okay.
Now, if the dogs didn't bark, that would give you an indication that the dogs knew who was on the property or familiar with who was on that property. And so therefore the abduction theory I started working on, and I came up with some information that destroys the abduction theory. It literally obliterates it. And it's to say
no stranger is gonna know
exactly
that area. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw Chris, and that was his first time going over there. Okay, so and you bound to, if you don't even go a certain limit, you bound to go off of a mountain and be dead. Okay. They wouldn't even to know if that a stranger wouldn't even to have known if there's kids in the house, maybe. I mean, a stranger just going through there. How would they?
especially rattling in that terrain. If the stranger didn't take the driveway, let's put that picture in our mind. Okay, the house is there. The driveway is there. It's a circle, sort of like cul-de-sac. It's a giant cul-de-sac driveway.
Mhm.
So it goes in a big circle, one leading from Ben Hill Road up to the house, and then you circle on around, leaving the house, and it swings you right back down toward the initial main driveway back to Ben Hill Road.
Right.
So think of it as a teardrop driveway, a giant teardrop of a driveway. And so in order for the stranger abduction to have worked, this person would have had to traverse the foliage in that deep, dense forest. You're walking in a forest, cracking sticks, you're making noise. Obviously, the dogs are going to start barking right away because they're unfamiliar with the sound and unfamiliar with what's going on. So uncertainty is even in the dog's mind.
Yeah.
And hence you get barking.
Even
But
in
if
the
you
bush.
don't have barking, now something else has to play into the factor, and you have to factor it in. If the dogs didn't bark,
It's
you have to
somebody I
think
know.
about someone knowing the dogs and the dogs knowing that person or persons. It could be one or two.
Exactly. Yep. And Chris said they barked at him. Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
Now he said they didn't bark, the whole time once he got up there and was there for a while. No, but when he first got there, yes, they was barking. So they would have done that to a stranger or someone, that was coming to abduct any of the kids. They would do that.
So if you can, Miss Queen, if you can screen share what I would like to show from my side to you, and then the chat can see what I'm showing them, because I'd like for us to take a look. Let me see if I can get it.
Can you email it real quick or share it to the email and I'll pull it up that way?
Oh, well, I can share it to your screen.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I know technology. We're going to do this. Watch.
Well, you got to teach me something, John.
We're going to share it right through your computer. I'm going to do it from mine. I'm going to set it up. So
yeah. Okay, never mind. I know how you doing it.
Okay.
Okay, I can click on.
I'm going to send it to you right now. You'll see it pop up right next to my box as soon as I can get to it. Okay, here we go. Right here. Yep.
Okay.
Yes, we know how to do these things because people really need to see exactly what you and I are talking about with specificity. Okay, let me see if I can do this.
Got it.
Okay. I got to go back to that now.
Can you run it from there? You can move it around?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm changing
Good.
it.
It's up, though.
Okay. It's up? Okay.
Yep, it's up.
Okay, that's not the one. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Yeah, just give me a second because I'm still new to.
No, take your time.
Okay. All right. So do you see the disclaimer?
Yes.
Okay. So the disclaimer's up.
Y'all
This is from.
Pat?
Yeah, this is from the interview room. This is Chris MccDonough, who went to the house, and we're going to do a small little walkthrough. I want to point out some things as to the reason why I believe that the abduction theory doesn't work.
Great, because I don't believe it works either.
Okay.
You can see it great.
So here we have Chris. Block this. Here we have Chris approaching the house in his truck. And it's a steep climb up to the house. And right away, as soon as he gets to the top of the hill,
Boom! Y'all hear
What do
that?
you hear?
Dogs. Still at the top. At the top. And that's at the top. So imagine the bottom property.
Now, this is what he meets when he gets there. The sound of dogs. That's a stranger. Hence, the stranger abduction theory works here because now the dogs are barking. It's alerting everyone there at the residence on the property.
Mm-hmm.
And that would make sense. So Donald's theory would work if this happened, but this didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you can see the terrain up above where the residence is between the camper and the house, you would have to, in broad daylight now, this is in the afternoon at around a little after 3, let's just say, let's put 3:30 on it. Okay. Here's somebody walking around the property looking for stuff around dogs. And that's a red flag because it just doesn't happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what made me begin to think. I said, what is Don talking about? He says, you have a stranger abduction. You've got dogs on your property. It's in broad daylight. And someone took your child from that size of a property.
Mm-hmm.
And no one seems to know how she went missing. It's really hard to connect those dots.
Yeah, I don't at all. I automatically from the jump did not, just by looking, okay, at the area.
Right.
I knew off top of my head that's not. And then y'all got dogs on top of that.
Right.
No, automatically no. I knew it was something more from the beginning.
Exactly. So when you have this type of a situation that you just arrived to, and you're taking the stranger that is, and they're taking a look at, what's up here, what would there be to take?
That's a good question. Not a damn thing.
I mean, I'd take 2 seconds, look at that and say, oh man, there's nothing here for me. They don't have any expensive cars or anything that would attract me right away. This is the stranger now.
You know what he would take, John? A dog biting him in his ass.
Most likely.
That's what he would get on that property.
Maybe they would give him a pup and let him go on his way,
Mm-hmm.
So this is a visual. This is what you're looking at. I'm looking to take something. What can I take? What's good? I'm looking to get some money because that's what they usually grab things for anyway, is to convert it into cash.
Yeah.
Okay. So just your first impression coming up the hill, hearing the dogs, looking at the scene. This is very hard for anyone to understand. In terms of how could a stranger walk on your property without you knowing it? And that's what was so hard for me to understand. I said, it doesn't work. Now, let me jump a little bit because I want to get to a certain point.
Okay. While you doing that, I want to thank everybody that became a member. Y'all shout out to John Q. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. Those who are not subscribed. He's also on this. He is very detailed and very, very, very good with this cases, actually, a lot of them. But yeah, y'all check him out. Make sure y'all subscribe. And thanks for all the
thank you for the shout out.
Yes, always.
Yeah, you got people super chatting you tonight. That's good. Much love to those that are doing that.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Definitely love the support. Okay, so Chris is now on the property. He's interacting with Candace. We're starting here at the infamous tree with the swing, and then boom, right here. In this particular area, right here, as you see it before you, where the house is to the left, and all of this foliage, there are about 3 or 4 vehicles here along with a school bus that run alongside the rim of the property outside the driveway. All of this foliage is an area called the line of sight. And in the line of sight, that means you can come to this point where Chris is, standing the way Chris is, and the camera view in which we see is all pointing to the line of sight of that driveway. So that means Chris can see from the left to the house all the way down to the driveway until it disappears completely. Yep. That's all line of sight. This is what Summer, if she was swinging on her swing, would see every day she ever swung on that swing. And if Summer could see it,
pause right there. Her being on the swing, can anybody from the road see Summer on that swing?
Yes. Only from the driveway and this very dense
I'm talking about the
bushes
main road.
and the foliage.
The main road.
No, the main road would be
main road. Could they see Summer on the swing or on the property from the main road?
Right. You're talking about Ben Hill Road?
Yes.
No. And I'll tell you the reason why.
No, I already knew. I would just ask. I was just making a point. So ain't nobody driving down the street and see a kid and it's gonna go snatch. You know. Yeah. Exactly.
But as you notice, Chris begins to point out certain things that he sees, and he notices also the line of sight on this side of the house. And you'll see him pan back and forth as he talks to Candace, and how, as you see the behind Candace now, the house, to the front of the house, to her left, now to our right, to the drive carport area where the truck and the cars are parked. Now, line of sight between the house on the right and the camper. At this vantage point, we could see all of this debris in front of the camper and the camper door. And I want you to follow me just for 1 second because this is going to make sense. We're going to let them begin moving. And I want you to take a look at the terrain. Take a look at how dense that is. That's a good line of sight all the way around to the tree, from the swing to the driveway, back to the house, back to Candace. Okay, so now I'm going to jump again because we know, well, let me just let it go ahead and play out. I'll put some sound to it so that people can hear the conversation.
Okay. Pause real quick. Somebody made a statement. Hold on. Someone said, where'd it go? River Birch Farm says another guy went up there and videotaped the dog trail to prove anyone could go up and down that trail within 2 minutes. It is a direct view of the basement door. So while you pause that for a second, okay, let me say this. For them to go up, for one, I don't think he went up and down. I think, where did he go? Down? He went down. He went down. He didn't go up. Okay. But even going up from the bottom of that trail, the dogs would have met that person at the bottom of the trail, in my opinion.
It would only make sense to, because that would be the natural instincts for dogs.
And that was the dog trail.
Yeah.
Oh, you go ahead. I'm sorry. I just
Okay.
want to respond
You've
to that.
got a good room up in here, 121 people. Much
Yeah,
love to everybody that's
they,
joining us.
they really think it, but that was a good comment.
You know what I mean? I'm not here to judge anybody, right?
Right.
I'm here to talk about Summer
Yep.
and help you find Summer, okay? And help anybody help
Right.
find her
Yeah.
messaging. Okay, so you go into the house.
Go in the house.
Can I feel you over that? Huh?
Now, right here, we see Chris following Candace, and I believe she was in some way, shape, or form reluctant to actually have him come into the house because she never turned around to give him an acknowledgement to say, yes, that would be okay, or no, my house is not together. She never really truly answered him, so he assumed, which a good investigator does, assumed, yes, I'll just follow her and keep rapport
Yeah,
with her
that's what
so
I'm
that
gonna do.
she doesn't feel any kind of resistance against my question or my request. So that was very good for him to just lay back a little bit and allow her to continue to walk to the house and go into the house, and you'll see what he does.
And is this they're going to attack me?
No.
Oh, I was just I'm teasing. I'm teasing you. The dog's going to attack me. So this is
Okay, so he redirects the actual conversation back to the dogs to regain rapport with her, and in a way that makes her feel comfortable. Oh, he's, redirected the conversation back to the dogs. Now she has to explain why the dogs are in the house, and then yet he's following her anyway.
the scaffolding you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my. Yep.
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Okay, how many cats? You know what? You should have like a zoo license. You know, I'm seeing all kinds of critters, which is good. Okay, which is Summer's bed?
Oh, it's in the back.
Now take a look at this room here for a second. This is the very first contact point that Chris makes inside the house. And as you can see, the room is in disarray. You've got a refrigerator here. You've got furniture alongside the wall. Anytime I do any kind of crime scene investigation, I take a look at the critical factor. And the critical factor is that a crime scene is always three-dimensional. When I say that, I'm talking about the floor, anything on the floor, anything alongside the walls, and anything up top along the ceiling. That's what makes a room three-dimensional in a crime scene. So Chris now is capturing everything on his camera, thank goodness, and he's also capturing items of interest in this room that he's trying to connect the dots to the actual story itself. So let's continue.
Got it. Okay. So what happens when she comes in? The boys are playing where?
No, the boys are actually sitting here,
Okay.
and I'm actually sitting right here at the table watching TV.
Okay. So they're at the table
Yeah,
watching.
Okay, another contact point. Point 2, the other room on the other side of the wall. Now, most people would say, how could people live this way? We also have to remember that the house was searched many, 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 many different times. And by many different agencies, many different law enforcement officials have been in this house up and down. So to see some kind of disarray is expected. So most people, were shocked to see everything just the way it was, and perhaps maybe forgot that this is what is called as a house that was searched, and this is the after fact. This is a post-searched looking house.
TV. Okay.
We're all locked in. Nobody can get in. Nobody.
I also want to point out, too, in this three-dimensional crime scene that we're looking at, is that we have a air conditioner here. We've got a photo or a picture here. We've got a picture on the wall here. We've got wires running across the top of the ceiling here. And we also have a window in the back here. That window faces where that basement door is. That is the closest window just above the basement. So if anyone was standing there, they would have a line of sight to see who would be directly in that area where that basement door is. But let's proceed because we're going to get a little bit more of a closer shot of it.
Get out. Kind
Okay.
Of thing.
Now, who's just on here?
That's my little sister. That's my.
Okay, we got a little bit of a
buffer. It's okay.
buffer going on, but it'll clear up.
I'm gonna wait till we get to the bottom. Yeah. Because I got my opinions.
Oh, that's Rose.
Still, even with the search.
Oh, wow.
Their house was still not.
And who's the guy?
That's
not
her
right.
ex-husband.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, you can definitely see that, whether they did search it and left it that way is one way to look at it, or whether the house was that way before they searched it is a matter of looking at it that way, But first impressions are...
but the search didn't help it. The search didn't help it.
Yeah, definitely.
It didn't help it.
Good point, Miss Queen.
Yeah.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he had anything to do with that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to go there.
Can't say.
How's
Yes
your
or
mom
no.
deal with that?
It's difficult.
Yeah, I know. I know, right? So, okay, watching TV. Where's Summer?
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so walk me through that.
All right. Well, we walked up in here and we got Josie, Wyatt, and Waylon, the boys.
Right.
Well,
You put the groceries down, right?
Yeah. Well, we went back out and then we brought the fish in and put them down. And then Mom, she went and took her stuff to her house, put her stuff away.
Okay.
Now, as you saw them leave that front door, they had to angle
hold
to
on,
a
real
sharp
quick.
right.
Hold on, real
Mhm.
quick. I'm so sorry, Natasha
No
McDill.
problem.
You're bringing negative energy. I peeped it from the first two comments. So if you have an issue with anything that we're doing or going on, you can exit before I block you. Okay. Everybody can have different opinions, but you're questioning and slick criticizing and saying we're gossiping. Okay. So at the end of the day, you can kick rocks, boo. Okay. Matter of fact, let me help you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. This person
Okay.
We're not going to do that.
All
We're
right.
having a good time.
Yeah, let's continue.
And then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
Okay. You went back in.
Yeah, me and Summer went back. And then we were just doing.
Candace now is explaining to Chris that they got the boys, grab the groceries, go back into the house, put the groceries in the house, and then she came back out with Summer and proceeded to head over back to her mother's area where that camper is, in reference to the flowers that is allegedly or supposedly have been there. I was looking for a garden.
I want your opinion on the flowers.
Entirely different.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I want your opinion on all that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So here they walk back toward the camper now. And as you can see, this is at an angle. This is not at a straight line, 180 degrees in front of you. You can see Candace over to the left, almost walking like if she's walking from the left to the middle of the screen. Watch. Like she's coming at it at a sharper angle than Chris is. Let's go
like
back
it's coming
to
from the
volume.
side.
Mm-hmm.
The little pots that they were in. We transplanted these ones here into this bigger pot and that one into that bigger pot. And then she took the rocks that we've gotten from different gem mines when we went up to Gatlinburg and stuff.
Okay.
And she's the one that spreaded all the rocks around in here. And then she put her puppies in here because she wanted to chase them.
Okay.
That was cool.
Where are those puppies now?
What do you mean?
Oh, the little puppies,
The little,
her real ones.
these little.
Oh yeah, those little guys. Oh, that's Paw Patrol.
Yep,
Yeah, that's the police one.
yep. That's Chase. He's always on the case.
Okay. Okay.
Then we went
Oh,
in
I
there.
see another one over
Yep,
here.
She put him in there. Yep, you're on the case.
Now, the conversation Chris is having with her is a conversation of rapport. He's not asking her direct questions about her activities at yet, but he's just having a conversation about the flowers, making sure that she's comfortable with the conversation at hand. This is very smart investigative work.
Okay. Don't take those out, okay?
No, I leave him right there.
I know.
Then we went in my mom's. We can't get in there.
Yeah, that's fine. Went in
We
there.
went in there and got some candy stuff from grandma.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm going to go back over there. She wanted to go back.
Okay, line of sight. I want you to pay careful attention to how Candace moves in front of Chris from the trailer back over to the house. It is not a straight line because the house is right here. What she has to do to get back to the doorway is to begin walking back up this way in order to actually see the front door and the doorway itself. Watch carefully. There you go. It's the walk back to the doorway.
Here where I could see the boys and on the kitchen table.
Got him.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched her walk in there. And afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over and said, "What?" And he looked at me and I said, "Watch Sissy, I'll be right back." And that's when I walked over to my mom.
Watch the angle.
Okay.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that. And I said, "Well, Mom, I got to go back over with the kids." And that's when I come back up into the house
Okay.
with the boys.
Okay.
Watching the angle of the house, if you notice from the camper to the house, you can barely see that front door area.
You already know what I'm about to
At
ask
all.
you. Do you know?
Yes.
How
What?
did she watch her from the camper go into the house? Or
Very
did she?
good.
How
Very
did
good.
she?
You got the point.
Mm-hmm.
How
Y'all
did
get
she?
what he was
Right.
saying? How was she able to see Summer walk into
Exactly.
that house? She could have walked right
Now,
past that front door.
Exactly. Rather than an abductor coming from outside to go in, who's to say that Summer didn't come out of the house to come out and swing around the back of the house? Remember now, Candace is working with her mother with that leg brace. What does she say? 2 to 5 minutes? At best, 7 minutes? So where do you think her eyes are focused?
Somebody said that's why they say she walked her halfway. But she couldn't have seen her walking her halfway, Footy Bougie Boo. You gotta look, she had to bring her all the way to be able to see her walking to that door.
Exactly.
You
All the
wouldn't be
way
able
to
to
the
walk
porch.
her halfway and see her.
Exactly.
Not even halfway.
Exactly. And so we have to consider the timeline here is about 2 to 5 minutes. Candace is working and helping her mother with her leg brace. We have to assume that both these ladies' eyes are on the leg brace because they have to make sure that there's a good fit and she's putting it on the right way. And if Candace's back is to this doorway, Candace is not watching where Summer is going, if she came in or out. Grandma is not looking at the doorway because Grandma's looking at Candace adjust her leg brace to make sure that Candace is putting it on correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And so this creates what is called as a blind spot.
Yeah.
And this also creates a negative line of sight. Summer is not in their line of sight. I'm going to jump a little bit because I think we've covered that and made our point. Okay. They come downstairs and
Welcome. Thank you, Star. And you're right, River. I mean, there are some abductors that do have balls. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Now we're in the basement, and I want folks to pay careful attention as to how Candace moves from the basement to go outside that door.
Yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. We can't really get on. I can't get on there.
Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I looked on both sides. I didn't see her nowhere. And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I
Okay.
don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know.
I don't ever recall whether this door was ever locked or not, is what she tells Chris. Donald said in his interview.
Which door is she talking about? The basement?
Yeah, the basement door.
Okay.
She cannot recall whether that door was locked or not.
Mhm.
In other words, she's not sure. So that creates a red flag.
But
Because now the house is secure.
Didn't they say before that they keep the door locked? Like they was sure almost at the beginning?
I haven't heard a direct statement saying that that door was locked and the front door was closed or the front door was open. That they didn't specify. But now she admits she cannot recall that this door was ever locked. Now, I want you to watch how easily she opens up this door.
It's hard on her. But I know I did come out here and I said, Summer. Because sometimes she'll sit right here.
Okay, Phoenix, you heard that too? Okay, I thought I heard that. I'm gonna go back and look at it. That they keep that basement door locked in the beginning. They said that they keep it locked. Yeah. So they switching up their stories.
Right. In midstream. So if they did say that the door was locked, if they did say the door was locked, I'm sure that Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, along with the sheriff office, caught that statement as well. Let's take one more look at how she opens up that door.
Okay.
That quick.
And that was the basement?
Because Summer is used to hide here. That was the basement door.
I don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know it's hard.
And so
I
now
know I did come out here and I said, Summer.
I don't know why I'm acting like
We
I
have
know
to consider-
I guess it's slow motion.
You know. And usually when she comes out.
Now you can take a look at Chris's vantage point. When you step out that basement door, look at what you see. You see the vehicles to the right, the school bus down below. You see the foliage that we talked about earlier in the line of sight from the swing. This is all that's there.
He goes, directly.
Now what do you see? Can anyone see that trailer from the doorway here?
I can't see it.
You cannot see it. Type a 1 in the room if you can see that trailer. Type a 2 in the room if you cannot see the trailer from the doorway, the basement doorway where Chris is standing right now. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let's see how many people can see that trailer. Keep going. Okay, we got some 2s popping now. 2s, Star 2, Jessica 2, Sherry 2, Debbie 2, Francis. She can see the trailer? Wow. Good eyes, Francis. Jerry 2, Deborah
Where
2,
you see it?
Miss Single 2,
I don't have my glasses on.
Just Joy 2, Beth Flynn 2, Real Deal 2.
You can see the trailer right here.
Yeah, Francis, can you see the front door of that trailer or any part of that trailer as clear as day? Take another look, please. V. Bryant says, number 1. Oh, I can see the trail. I can see the camper in full view. Can you see in full view that trailer? Under the canoe, Phoenix said. Enough to see anyone?
not knowing that it's there, can you just walk out the door and look and see it?
Exactly.
I mean, we know it's there, but can you walk out the door and actually see it? I can't. Y'all good if y'all can.
Of course, real deal. It is on the left. The trailer is to the left, but I'm talking about a line of sight. You're stepping out just like Chris did, and you looking in that direction. Could you see the full trailer? The door, the wood in the front, the windows of the trailer.
We're not smoking
Part
nothing.
of the trailer. You cannot. And hence you have, and this is where Grandma and Candace was, remember? So if Grandma is standing outside, do you think Grandma can see anyone coming out this basement right now? And let me give you a help. Let me give you a hand. The answer is no.
Maybe you need to explain line of sight, because one more time. Because I think they're just like looking at the picture and knowing that the trailer's over and they can see the little piece. But explain the line of sight where they can actually.
Right. Yeah. Well, the line of sight says if you were standing where Chris is standing, could you see the full trailer out in the open? And that's when I said type of 1 for yes and 2 for no. Could you see the full trailer standing out in the open from this vantage point?
It's like, yeah, we know you see a little piece of a trailer, but from a line of sight.
Correct.
Like walking out the door. That's what he's asking in that aspect. Not, exactly, can you just see the little speck of a trailer? Because I see that, and I don't have my glasses on. We talking about the full trailer.
Exactly.
Like
so now you have a line of sight. You have a blind spot here. Because no one in front of that trailer right now, if you were standing there, could see anybody standing in this doorway. So that means that if Candace and Grandma was still outside messing around with that leg brace, and little Summer came downstairs and opened up that door and stepped outside here, they couldn't see her, is my point.
That way up to the swing.
No, you crazy.
So this is like her.
Yeah,
where she come running out. Oh yeah, you can see the path here. Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
and
here.
This is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around.
Okay. Let me just back that up one click because I wanted you to see something. Okay. Chris is pointing at the side of the house.
Have they went to the beds yet at the basement?
Yeah, we've already covered that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
okay.
well, I mean, we jumped because I wanted to get downstairs to the door to show people how easy that door is open.
Yeah,
easy
we know
it was
someone
to
could have
unlock
got right out there with no problem.
Exactly. Okay, and so we see the side of the house here to the right, all the open foliage, summer's tree and tree swing. The open foliage or the road or the driveway that goes back down to Ben Hill Road. This is a blind spot because no one could see Summer on the opposite side of the building if you were standing in front of the trailer. Watch Chris's body motion.
You can see where she could have run right up to
and
here.
This is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around this side.
Okay, and pointing back in the same direction we came, we see Candace in front of us. And once again, there is still a blind spot from that trailer.
That driveway is not that far from that swing either, John. You see that?
Exactly. And it only looks that way because of the camera angle, but it's much closer than we realize.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting trash in it.
Okay.
And we did have a trash man at the time, but he stopped running.
Oh wow.
I got lost this.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Now, taking a look at it from this angle, we get to see a partial portion of the trailer now. And Chris has stepped away from the building, if you noticed. And now he has a partial view of that trailer just behind this canoe boat over here. but you still can't see the front door of the trailer still. So even with him away from the building as far as he is, he still cannot see that front door where grandma is. Just keep these things in mind.
I'm going to film around this side. Now walk me through, what's this little...
Not until he begins to pull toward the driveway does he begin now to see the trailer in its entirety.
Oh, that right there?
little cave thing there?
That's not really a cave. Actually, when we built this addition, me and Donnie and the kids,
Oh, okay.
and we left this part open because at the time we did have little puppies. These dogs were little puppies, and we let them go under there. They would run in and out of the bricks over there. There's actually
Okay.
and it's always been open like that.
Okay. As they ascend back up to the trailer, with the house on the left and the trailer to the right, and you'll see Chris pan over there.
Trailer is facing the front door.
You cannot see the front door, correct? Not unless you walk deep into the driveway area here and then turn to the front door to the left. See, it's an angle. To make my point, I'm going to show you something here.
You're doing great. You making it very clear
Type
that
of one in the room,
it
see
would
this
be very hard to be a straight
It is an
abduction.
area.
You said what now?
Yeah, it is an aerial shot. It's an aerial
You said, can you
picture
see?
of the house and driveway.
Mhm.
Yeah, can we see it? Just type of one in the room.
Oh.
If people can see this photograph.
What are the chances that an animal took off with Summer Star? It's likely. It's not.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
Okay, can everyone see the aerial photo I have up there? Just type a quick one and I'll proceed. Phoenix Rising says yes. Miss Queen says yes. Jessica Mead says yes. JMG, yes. Deborah Lord, yes. Possible, but not probable. Okay. Beth Flynn says yes.
I love the chat. They're so crazy.
They're having fun. 122 people sitting up in here. They're having fun. Okay, if you can see the photo, this is an aerial view. And I wanted to show everyone, and I'm going to blow it up so we can have an idea of the terrain. Okay. As we see this photo, we see where the camper is here. This white object here is the top end of the camper. We see the house here. We've got the driveway here where the cars park, and then the driveway coming up to the house, circling over to the driveway. The front of the house is this white portion of the house here, and then we have Summer's tree here. And we have all of this foliage all the way wrapped around the perimeter of the house. This is the back door area. The basement is here, located in this area here. Okay. Just to get everybody oriented with the same shot. Now, if somebody wanted to...
So where do you see the swing at?
Right, the swing would be where this tree is.
In the back?
Yeah, this would be more toward the front of the house, to the right of the house in the front. This is the front area, so the tree is right here. Okay. Okay.
Let's
All
have
right.
a picture real quick. Okay.
Okay, very good. So now I want you to take a look at the angle of my orange arrow. And hence we can now see.
Okay, are we on the same picture? We don't see an arrow. Are we looking at the house with the trash on the side of it?
We're looking at the trailer here. Can you see my arrow?
No. It's the same picture. Okay, that's why I'm confused. Okay, that's why it's a little confusing. The picture didn't change.
Okay. The picture didn't change. Okay, so I know why. Okay. My bad. Because I noticed that it did not change. So let me do this. Drop this down. It should in a second.
Okay. All this technology.
Oh, okay. I know what I did. I forgot to unscreen share. See, you live and learn. Because everybody's looking at the front of the house now. I had to go back and say, well, what are they looking at? Okay, you guys are looking at
I started
this.
looking like, okay, I can't be, I know I'm blind, but damn.
Yeah, he's not moving a damn thing. Okay, so what I have to do is.
Do you want me to? Okay,
I'm going to unscreen share.
Yes, and I'll add it back up.
And then I'm re-screen share. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. See, we're working through it. I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah. Jay said you was testing us. We paying attention.
Okay, there we go. That's what we're looking for.
Okay, the text. Yeah, I mean,
everybody's paying attention. That's good.
Yes, we are. Yeah, if an animal did, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
An animal could have grabbed her and dragged her. I mean, killed her and dragged her to feed their kids. That's a possibility, because I'm just, that somebody mentioned in the chat. Yeah, that's very possible. Any type of animal, could have attacked it, but they should have heard her scream at that point. But then maybe not, because if they was if they was in the trailer, I don't know. If they don't hear dogs,
and then once again, exactly. That was exactly where I was going. If an animal did attack Summer, you would definitely have the dogs to deal with. Okay, so trying to see if
I got it. Let me add it to the stream. There you go.
Yeah, that would be helpful. That would be helpful. People are still looking for the picture. I still can't see. I'm blind too.
It was just dangling at the bottom.
I'm just waiting for it to actually show on my tablet. This way I know that everyone can see it.
Yeah, you would think it would be blood trails and possibly, limbs and body parts. I would think so. Yes.
Okay. So now, does everyone see the picture now?
Yeah.
Type of one in the room if you can see the picture now. So we have the trailer here. We have the house here. We have the tree here. We have the driveway here. We're going to blow it up. Here. And with your own eyes, you can actually see the line of sight between the camper all the way to the front door. So if Candace and her mother was out here doing something with the leg brace, or even inside of the camper, you would still have what is called as zero line of sight. You could not see that front door
Couldn't see
area
that
at the
front
single.
door.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. So now you have a big red flag. You got a big problem here, because if Candace and her mother are occupied for the 2 to 5 minutes here, whether they're inside or outside, they wouldn't be able to see Summer, who is inside the house, exit that front door and come around to the left-hand side of that building.
John, can you put the cursor even halfway? Because she say she maybe had walked her halfway. You can blow it back up. Put it even if Candace had walked Summer halfway, and stop your cursor where if she would have walked her halfway, because she had even seen her
halfway.
Mm-hmm.
Even if she walked her right here, she would not be able to see the approximate front door here, the frame, nor the boys inside on their computers at all.
Unless she went inside.
Unless she went inside, correct. So we've got a red flag here. Does everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
This is what's called the line of sight problem. You cannot see Summer. Let's go to the next one.
It makes me wonder how long was she doing what she was doing? The time has changed. How long was she? Because this is where, when they get back to the house, where things get very blurry. We don't know what they was doing from that time they got here to 6 when the police was called.
Correct.
Or they yeah.
And also for Candace not to recall whether that door was locked or not. Mm-hmm. It stands to question a lot of other things that she may have said to either be true or false. But the line of sight from the camper to the front door is a negative. The line of sight from the camper to the back area where we just got finished doing the walkthrough with Chris and Summer, do you see that as a problem?
Say the last part one more time.
Do you see line of sight to the front door? We agree that there's a problem.
Right.
Line of sight to the back now. If you're standing in front of the trailer here,
no,
with Candace and Grandma, could you see that back door?
I can't.
In other words, that line of sight you can only see that line of sight to that driveway and not down here to that back door. It's too deep. So that creates another negative in the line of sight.
She changed her story a few times, Becky. She changed her story a few times. You have to been following from the beginning, watch all her interviews. She's changed her story a few times, whether she walked her halfway or she saw her walk through. She stood and saw her walk in. And then I think I've heard one where she walked her inside and told the boys to keep an eye on her. It's been a few stories she has said.
Right.
That's the problem.
So if you was to stand here at this trailer where my cursor is at that front door, you could not see that back door, that back basement door down here. There's absolutely no way you can do it, not unless you're looking right through the building in a straight line. Right. So you've got two negatives here. Okay. Let's kick it up. Let's kick it up a notch. And from that area, following that blind spot from the basement door, all you had to do was step out that basement door and walk straight into the woods. There's the trailer. And you would not be able to see anyone in the line of sight walking straight to the woods. They could have came out that door, zipped around the building, also being blocked by the building with the camper here. You've got 100% negative line of sight now, and you could stroll right off the property into the woods. And even if Candace decided, let's go one more. Even if Candace decided to enter the house, and Summer's downstairs in the basement, and she asked the boys, "Oh, where's Summer? Let's take a look at that." She's leaving Grandma now. She leaves, she walks back to the front of the house, and at that same time, someone in the basement area where this back door is could also just walk into the woods. Remember, Grandma's house is, Grandma's camper's here, so she's got negative line of sight. She can't see anything, and even if she went back into the camper, she couldn't see anything. We have Candace now leaving Grandma to go into the front door, and at the same time, you have someone leaving the property, going into the woods. That creates a negative line of sight. So there are many different variations to this. So it does answer the question, could a stranger abduct Summer? And in this particular situation with the dogs on the property, the unknown of the property, not knowing how many people are on the property, et cetera, it becomes a high risk factor for that person. However, it does prove that someone familiar with the property and the blind spots that we're discussing right now could navigate the terrain and take Summer right off the property.
You have to be somebody that know that house.
Exactly.
That's the only possible way, if it happened.
Exactly. We have the camper over here once again, and the resident over here. You can actually see from the horizontal position the angle in which the line of sight travels. It's not in a straight line going this way. It's at an angle going behind this gentleman here, going that way.
Yeah, I don't think she was abducted. That's my personal opinion.
All right. We're almost done. Good work does take time, doesn't it? Okay. So in front of us now we have the generator. We have to ask ourselves, where was this generator in the line of sight? So putting together the pieces pertaining to Candace coming back into the house and Grandma going back into her trailer, let's take a look at where this generator is, with the two blind spots at the same time. And I'm sure that when you can start to connect the dots with the two blind spots from the trailer, the basement door, Candace has now left her mother. She's going into the house. Mom decides to go back into the camper. You have the intruder, or the person that took Summer from the building, traveling toward that yellow generator. In the area of the generator, which is right here, and then not too far from it is the bushes or the foliage. And once you get back here past the foliage, it drops down dramatically. Just as we saw when Don did the walk, did the dog trail walk himself, It only took him a few seconds to disappear into the foliage and drop significantly, where he did turn around and you couldn't even see the top of the house again.
Mm-hmm.
That's how quick of a drop this is here.
Yeah. Horrible terrain.
So it kills the stranger abduction theory completely, because there are many different ways this could work out. I think I've got one more here. This is a better shot from a different angle, where we have now the camper down below here. Candace decides to walk across from the camper back to the front of the building here. Line of sight here from the basement door. That person could even actually hear Candace entering the resident, because the floors are made of wood. And anyone who has wooden floors, you can actually hear someone walking, even if you were in the basement in the house. So let's just throw that in there and say that that person heard Candace enter the house and then left the building toward that yellow generator area. It's a quick shot over. And once you get into this nook here, into the foliage, you disappear and start heading down through the foliage. So it is a very quick shot, and it only takes no more than about maybe 6, 7, 8 seconds tops to traverse this particular terrain where the generator is and then disappear behind the foliage. So it would be simple. There's where that generator is. Here's the nook, nook, nook here. And this is how far Ben Hill Road is from that particular location. So that person coming from the building, crossing the driveway into where that generator is, quickly shooting into the nook, going down this rugged terrain through the trees that leads all the way to Ben Hill Road, which is here.
Yep. We know it's 2 minutes to the road. Well, in your estimation, it's 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Going down.
because that's what it took. That's what it took Donald. Yeah, that's what it took Donald to do it.
Getting on that property, even starting down at the bottom of the dog trail to go to the house, the dogs are going to meet that person.
Exactly.
So still, that's why I don't believe it.
Yes, and this is courtesy of a content creator by the name of Chasing Truth. And,
that's video. Oh, I thought it was Chris video.
Yeah, this is a photographic shot.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure.
So this is Ben Hill Road is right here. So for the stranger abduction to have occurred, this person would have to, just be absolutely bold. I mean, to not really care where they're going, how they're going to get there, how they're going to survive, any of that. You have to be prepared to deal with the terrain, the property, and then the people on the property. There are too many unknowns here.
And even if they knew the people, right? Mm-hmm. If you first coming on the property, the dogs, whether they know you or not, are going to come meet you, and they're going to bark on their way to you to see who you are. Still.
Precisely.
So I get what you're trying to say, River, but I'm telling you why I don't agree. Why I don't agree is because even when the dogs hear you, they're going to bark and run to you. They may stop when they get to you, but they're gonna make noise on their way to see who you are.
Exactly.
You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying, Richard?
It's
That's
going to
why
get
I
some
don't
attention.
agree with
Mhm.
it.
Exactly. The stranger abduction. It doesn't work. Sorry,
doesn't-
Donald. Sorry, Donald. It doesn't work.
It kind of helps out the abduction period, in a sense.
You know, so looking at the layout just the way we saw it and putting all the information together, snapping the pieces together as we did here tonight, we took a look at Donald's abduction theory, a stranger abduction theory, and it just doesn't work. You would have to definitely know the terrain in order to navigate that terrain, know the property lines and areas of that. Obviously, you'd have to know about the dogs being there. You have to know how quickly it is to navigate that terrain between the building, the resident, and the foliage here. How quick it would take you to do what it is that you needed to do, and then disappear without being seen.
Yeah.
Without being seen.
So, what did you think about the planting flowers, and then to find out it was just moving pots to the next pot?
I was
can't
looking
put
for a
no
garden.
planting in. Thank you. That's what I said in my video. When you say planting
You know.
flowers, I'm thinking you are putting seeds into the ground, digging, and really out there planting flowers. So
Exactly.
you know,
That's what I was looking for.
That's what I was looking for too. Okay.
You know, my aunt plants collard greens, turnip greens, onions, tomatoes, cucumbers, and you get to see a garden. You know, she's got flower. She has a beautiful flower bed and everything. That is a gardener. And anyone who knows what I'm talking about, who has a relative that does that, knows what that looks like. So now when you look at the side of her damn trailer and you see these little pottery pots of plants with little toys in them, you're like, oh, this is the garden.
I just looked at the property, the planting flowers came in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Just soon I looked, soon Chris just went on the property.
Exactly. So Donald's got a problem with the abduction theory, and the police know it, and this is why they're taking so long to come out, and they're holding all this information close to their chest because it's a matter of time. Now, with the boys gone, being taken by CPS, it's just Donald and Candace.
Yep. I mean, Candace has been kind of quiet on social media. It's really Don.
Yeah.
I'll probably be doing a video tomorrow about that. But
so here he is. He's in his own purgatory. He's got heaven, which he talks about as his religious faith. It just keeps coming out of his mouth, and God this and God that. And why would he bring up a word like the resurrection and all this other stuff? It startled you to hear that.
Yes. Like the end is near. Like, hold on. You starting to sound like girl, boy that killed Haley and JJ parents. Don't start that talking about the end of the world shit.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to look now. Okay, because I'm having flashbacks.
You can't mix a doomsday end of the world kind of scenario and you're looking for your daughter at the same time. And try to make sense of it. And this is what is really his downfall. He's not paying attention to what the situation is. In other words, my aunt used to say, you can be so heavenly minded, earthly good. If you've ever heard that term before, you can be so heavenly minded, earthly good. Yeah.
Shoot, my mama one of them. I'd be like, oh God. It's about it's in a whole nother level. It's not even in the earthly realm. Okay.
Yeah.
Even conversations.
That's a good statement, Felix. He didn't even ask God to bring summer home.
Yep, and I'll be going into all of that tomorrow. So make sure. Does anybody have any questions for John Q?
Yes, I know we've been running. You see what happens when you do a live like this?
Well, I've done almost a 3-hour live, but not no 6.
Yeah, when you have
Not there yet, but
when you have well over
I
3,
think we'll be like 3.5.
yeah, when you have well over 3, 4, 500 people in your chat room, and you're showing this kind of information to them and presenting it in a way that starts to make sense out of the things that didn't make sense, a lot of people still have a lot of comments and questions. And the time just a minute. I said, you guys got me kidnapped here for 6 hours.
Yeah, it can happen.
But
I mean, because I've
you've
done
had a good room.
3. I was like, how the hell did I do that? How did I do
It
3
happened.
hours?
It most certainly
God.
happened. Well, it's a big story, and you want to have a beginning.
Yes.
You want to
You
work your way
gotta
to the middle,
hit
and you've got to work your way to a conclusion.
and explain. I like to
Yes.
try to explain things. You do real good at explaining things too. Yeah, I like to break things down and kind of straightforward to a point where everybody can understand what you're saying
Yeah.
and why, and the discrepancies that you're making or any red flags, anything that you're showing.
Yeah.
Very good to be very thorough.
Because when you're taking a look at a case like this, and it's an investigation type of case, you want to look for what's natural, and you also want to look for what's unnatural in a case.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you lay eyes on it, you will see what is natural, and then your eyes will refocus to look at things that are not natural or unnatural. And this is what we see here. This is an unnatural situation where a 5-year-old, Summer Wells, was allegedly taken from the property.
Yeah.
Under the stranger abduction theory. And it just doesn't work.
Nope. Even, he went far as the sex trafficking. I mean, he said that from the time she went missing. I mean, from the beginning. And he just still holding on to that. He's still holding on. Still holding on. Quick question.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like, do you get the feeling that Don is a narcissist? Does he display any of those behaviors to you?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you see it in his Facebook post. You see the body of his message. Me, I. He's taking things personally. He's wearing his feelings on his sleeve. He's not really focused on looking for Summer at all. I believe his state of mind right now is more in fear and guilt. It's a combination. Running
That's
back
what
and
I mainly see on Candace. And she knows so much more
than she's saying.
She knows so much more.
So they're trying to protect each other in this narrative that they came up with. And it's shaking loose. A lot of things are starting to fall apart quick.
They are. And I don't even know who could have done it, because I'm not convinced 100% until law enforcement verified that Don was at work.
Exactly.
But he was even at work. So he could have been close.
He could have been, but you make a great point. Go ahead. Until law enforcement verifies everything that we've covered on this story, and that's on your channel and my channel, on everything that happened from start to finish with a proper timeline of events that occurred and the statements that bring that timeline to life, then we could actually see exactly how all this happened and why. Yeah.
We would know. And that's why I've been blowing TBI up. Please, when y'all coming out, at least verify just a little bit. But I respect the investigation, and I know they got work to do. Definitely, the objective is to bring someone home. So I definitely understand that, and I respect it. But yes, it's going to be so eye-opening when they finally do verify if anything was even true, or if they was telling the truth.
If they was telling the truth, now that's that's an entirely different story, and
if
that
they
is,
was,
mhm.
if they didn't do nothing or had nothing to do or don't know anything, then everything they said didn't add up. Of like a lot of things that would break open a lot of things,
Right.
in their descriptions of their day and where everybody was.
Well, with everyone also at the same time tearing up their past history, from Candace's mother to Donald's relationship with his family and who's coming out. His sisters are coming out. The niece is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We just got word about, I believe it was Candace's brother.
Really? I ain't heard
Candace's brother. Wait till you see the picture on that one. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I gotta see that.
This is Candace's mother's son. He's been pegged as a pedophile. He's been locked up. He's got a criminal record. I mean, you look at both sides of this equation, and you've got criminals running back and forth.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And smart. Been there, done that, been locked up, they know the deal. They know.
Candace has got a record. Candace has got a record. Donald's got a record. The friends that Donald had, they have a record, obviously, especially out of Utah. You take a look at all of the elements that Chris covered on his very last podcast, his very last live, where he's exposing all of this. So the grits are on the table and the gravy is just waiting to drop.
Somebody got a question in chat. Phoenix do.
Yeah.
And I got one after her.
Okay.
Do you think she knew about Donald's sexual assaults?
I'm leaning more toward yes. She would have to know some kind of background on this guy.
I would think too.
If they're into drugs, if they're into, meth and marijuana and all, there's all this crazy drinking parties that they've been having. They could be swingers too. Who knows? They could be swingers, swapping partners. And they have these drinking parties and start swapping and sweeping. And then they turn around and start yelling and fighting and screaming at each other. There was an incident where that did happen. Concerning that guy Jose being one of the witnesses to that last altercation that got Donald in trouble.
Yeah,
where Candace had to put out the restraining order and all this other stuff against him and whatnot, and then all of a sudden they made up, and she dropped the restraining order, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
So here go. I got a good question for you before we get up out of here. If nobody else got anything,
okay.
Somebody said the mental images. I know. Don't stop. When Candace, said that she got off the phone with Don, okay, he told her to call 911.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she throws the phone that she was on the back of his truck.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes get his mother, her mother's phone to call. How many cars does Don have? Do you know?
My goodness. They got so many cars that they should open up their own automobile dealership. My goodness.
Okay. So
there are a number of cars.
Which truck she threw it on?
Which truck? Well, she definitely didn't say her mother's truck.
Nope. She said Don's.
Mm-hmm.
So
that clearly. That clearly she did say.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to say which truck.
Which truck?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well,
And
you
what
already know
color
where I'm
was the truck?
You know
Yes.
where I'm going.
Mm.
Okay. As long as you know where I'm going. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which truck?
Exactly. And so there's a picture that I am studying with Summer Wells appearing to look like she's sleeping on those 2-gallon of milk containers.
Mm-hmm.
And in the background of that picture is a truck, and it is a red truck. I'm trying to find out the location of where they may have been parked, whether it was on the property or elsewhere on the property.
Where you see the yellow one? You talking about that picture?
No,
or
not
talking about the
the
I
one
know
where,
exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, the one where we see Summerwell sleeping. She's had her head tilted to the right
Oh,
on
yeah,
top
yeah.
of the milk containers.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a picture that I saw yesterday. Someone is going to send it to me so I can study it and analyze it. But just above her head, you can see the rear view window. And behind that window, past the dirt, you can
Oh, you're
see
talking
a
about the
red pickup.
Okay. Yeah. Some people don't some people are asking about that.
Yeah.
Whether it's a red container or red bin or a red truck. I'm gonna look myself. Let
Exactly.
me know what you come up with because I want to look through.
Yeah, you also brought up, I think, on one of your videos too, that same picture, and you wanted to know whose arm that was in the car, just
Mm-hmm.
above Summer's head.
Mm-hmm.
And
See, some people believe it was like a piece of wood or something like that, or they said they saw, because people watch different YouTubers,
mhm,
and whoever they watched broke it down for them, so that's what they believe.
right,
But even after I looked at that, I still see what I see, and I still believe that was an arm.
it was an arm. Yeah, and
You
guess
feel
what?
like it was an arm? Do
And
you
guess
think it was
what?
an arm, John?
John Q believes it is an arm too.
Oh, finally, somebody that I really okay.
But I
Because
have to study that picture
even
though.
blowing it up, John, even blowing it up, and I'm and I said I don't care if I am sticking by my damn self on this. I don't care because I ride alone before I don't follow. I mean, I don't ride the wave. If I have my own opinion, I feel strongly about it. I'm gonna stick to that,
Yes,
regardless of what other people do. And I respect what other people do, but I have my own opinion, and I really, really feel and see that that's somebody's arm.
mm-hmm.
Or
So
you can
you're
see
not
the
alone.
sleeve shirt. You can see the arm. I even sat in my car how that person could have been sitting holding that box.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people, like, sometimes my kids will sit on the door, especially if I got shit in the back of the car.
Yeah,
They'll
you,
sit up on the door, and they can have their arm like his
exactly.
with stuff in their lap. So that's
Exactly.
what I see. I
Mhm.
even tried to I even acted it out, and I just tried my best to because I like to look at everybody's point of view,
Right.
and I still was like, no, that not no. So I just couldn't, and
All
I
right.
just couldn't
Your
do
eyes see what they see,
it.
and you're not alone. John Q sees an arm too.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
So once I
that's
get a
what
chance,
makes me have those other questions as
yeah,
well.
once I get a chance to actually study it, blow it up, put it
Yes,
on my
do that,
TV.
please.
Yeah, put it on my TV and start taking a look at the seat area. She's strapped in from the waist in that picture rather than the shoulder. She doesn't have a seat belt across the shoulder like most
Right.
seat belts would fit. She has a seat belt around her waist only. I'm
Mhm.
looking to see if she's actually sitting on the pillow that they said that she was sitting on, as well as to identify where they are in that picture. Because if I see any parts of that house where they may be near, or it would at least give me a location as to where they were when that picture was taken. If you get what I'm saying.
Okay. Which picture again?
The picture with Summer sleeping on the milk containers.
Right.
The one with the arm in it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good question. Because when Candace stated that Summer was awake the whole time, okay, even until she left the town, meaning left whatever town Allie and H live in to head to her house. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's when she finally allegedly dozed off, but she made it seem like it was after everybody was dropped off,
Right.
away home. But if that's really an arm of what I think I see, then that kind of someone went to sleep before that.
Mm-hmm.
You see where I'm going?
Exactly.
She went to sleep before that. And that would be good to know if that was on the road picture or at a store or at a
stop, right?
Sign.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that picture or video taken?
Well, one thing for sure, with the milk containers being in the car, we have to safely deduct the fact that they had already gone to the food market or the price market or the priceless market, whatever they wanted to call it. So they had made a stop there to get those milk containers. So matching that up with the time is going to be important there, because that's going to tell a lot.
Real deal.
Yeah.
He said the voice on the video didn't sound like grandma. Don't get us going. We trying to get out.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely do another. We'll definitely do another live if you'd like to have me come back.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. Because there's a lot of things that you can kind of see.
Yeah, because this case is unfolding as it is. So right now, you and I have just talked about the beginning of the case, your visit to the swimming hole, what your experience was. We worked our way to the house. We worked our way through some photographs pertaining to the house. We worked our way through some video that Chris did. We worked our way through aerial snapshots of the line of sight position that totally destroys the stranger abduction theory.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad that you invited me on tonight to share that information with the folks that love to be with you in your chat and has been following the story with you. So I thank you for that.
Thank you for coming. I love that. You can be a guest anytime.
and likewise. And likewise, you can come on my channel too. And we can hook it up, because this is not the only story that's going to be out there that you and I are going to be covering.
This is one of our main second big cases, because I think we covered some of the ones, but like the big ones that we took a long time on. This is the second one.
Yes.
Second one.
Yeah, because the Orrin and Orson West Classic and Sincere is a big case.
Yes.
That is a high profile case.
Very high profile. Real deal. I didn't see it yet, but I got a notification for it. I didn't look at it yet. Yes, everybody said it's awesome. Thank you for coming. They love you.
Well, you're welcome. You are welcome. You had a
love John.
You had a good crew in here, and people are respectable and paying attention, and they're here to get the information.
Yes, thank y'all. Yes, we appreciate and love y'all, and thank y'all for hanging in there, because it's 3 hours and y'all did it. It don't feel like 3 hours. You're right. It don't feel like 3 hours.
Yeah, it just seems like a few moments we just started chatting, and that was it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But I'm going to run. I'm going to leave you to say goodnight to your folks. Much love to everyone that supports the Queen and True Crimes in her chat and on her channel. Thank you so much for the folks that made a contribution to the super chat for
Thank
Miss
you.
Queen.
Thank you.
And those that support the Queen, whether you be moderators or just subscribers, much love
Yeah,
to
shout
you.
out to my mother too, Hawkeye.
Absolutely. Okay, Miss Queen, much love to
You
you.
going live, and I saw a reminder. 2 days, or is it 1 day?
What's that?
You're going live soon, right?
Yes, in fact, I'm working on a new case called Baby Mackenzie, and I think I'm scheduled for that live tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I'm still waiting to get confirmation on my time and then try to hook up with the other folks that are going to be joining the panel to discuss that case. And that case is, oh, you talk about this case?
Oh
This-
my God, I'm gonna have to look into
yeah,
it.
this is a very, very sad case, and
I'm
I'm
going
glad
to.
that little baby Mackenzie is alive, and she was not killed, but she was beaten so bad that she nearly died, and by a monster. And that's what we're going to talk about once we go live with that case. That is a fresh, ongoing case right now, just like this one.
Damn.
Yeah,
To
it's
do
sad.
that. How old is she?
When she was beaten, she was 3 months old, and now she's 8 months today. Yeah.
3 months. You can't even fucking roll over. What are you
Yeah.
beating a baby for?
Some bad
gonna be
people. Yeah, there's some bad people associated with this, and
Sick.
the family wants justice for what happened to little baby Mackenzie. That's for sure. And we're going to see if we can bring awareness on YouTube pertaining to the story. Share that story with other content creators. Have
Okay,
them
I'm going to look
share
into
their
that.
story as well. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna watch, and I'm gonna because I gotta do a video. Michael Joseph on. Yeah,
Oh,
I got
Idaho.
something coming for him.
Idaho. Right.
Yeah, I got something coming for him. I
Okay.
already. Yeah, I'm editing now. It's a lot. It's sad.
It is.
Crazy.
It is. But with that said, much love to you and yours.
Yes, always. And much love to you. Thank you for coming, and I will see you
Okay.
soon.
Yes, you know that. And you know that. All right, everybody. Take care. God bless.
All right.
Stay good.
Thank you. All right. I appreciate John for coming and I mean we got a lot accomplished tonight. Shout out to everybody that donated to super chat. Thank y'all. Y'all do not have to super chat, y'all. I do not do this for money or any type of financial gain. But thank y'all for those donations anyway. But y'all do not have to super chat me, okay? But thank you. All right. Shout out to everybody that became members. So welcome. Thank y'all. Thank everybody for stopping by, hanging out, sharing your thoughts, opinions. Thank y'all for that. Thank you, Hawkeye, for moderating this chat all by yourself. 100 and some people. Kudos. And left and went to go eat. It came back. Awesome. But we had a very, 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 very good. So we really didn't need any moderation. But you did great. Thank y'all. I love y'all. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And I'm about to put the members only video, well, one of them on public right now. So y'all can check that out. It will be the Duck Island and Playground at Warriors Park State Park. That's about to go public right now. All right. So thank y'all. I love y'all. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Yes, FBI. Oh, yeah, the police are watching. Justice for Summer, and let's bring Summer Wells home. All right? That's always our objective. Always. No, okay. They don't want to deal with me. They try to stay far away. Yes, yeah, we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of stuff going on. Kids getting missing and hurt. Yeah, we have a lot going on. But we have a lot of work to do. So make sure y'all notification bell is on. Make sure y'all subscribe to John Q. And make sure y'all notification bell is on, because he's really good crime YouTuber, and I really adore him. Shout out to Chase and True for, I think he used one of her clips, so shout out to her. I'll be putting her in the description as well. Shout out to MccDonough. I'll be putting him in the description as well, because I think we used a video of his to show the house. Okay, so thank y'all. Shout out to all the YouTubers, and we love y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.